I'm actually not feeling well, but I wanted to make a video today because we have some shit going on right now. Of course, today, the grand jury announced that Breonna Taylor, the cops that killed her, none of them are going to face charges other than one cop getting charged for endangerment because he shot into another apartment. Apparently, drywall there's more empathy and justice for drywall than Breonna Taylor, but I think that's a perfect analogy because the white Republican conservative side certainly value property more than they value black people or low-income people or foreigners or anybody with a pulse other than themselves because they're fucking ghouls. Apathetic, narcissistic, sociopathic fucking ghouls. And they support shit like that. They support black people being killed by police because fuck them. Now we have a white kid getting shot by police. A graphic body video shows police firing nearly a baker's dozen. Oh yeah, they not just one or two or three, no, a dozen. Injuring. Now let's read this sentence very slowly. A 13-year-old boy, so a 13-year-old boy, not a 16-year-old, not a 15-year-old, not an 18-year-old, not an NBA player, not a 6'8", 300-pound black kid, a 13-year-old white boy with autism. So it wasn't just it would have been bad if it was a 13-year-old boy, right? But it was an autistic kid. And if you've ever been around someone that suffers from autism, you'll know that they are drastically misunderstood people. They're usually very, very sweet, but they have certain symptoms that cause them to maybe act erratic or make you think they have bad behavior. But a lot of times they just need love, care, and empathy. They need to be calmed down, hugged, and de-escalated. Well, then if that's what you need, don't fucking call the cops. Because that's the opposite of what you're going to get. You're not going to get someone that's going to come to your door and say, hey, what's going on, man? I'm here to help. What's going on? You're going to get somebody to come, what the fuck's going on? Oh, fucking John Rambo, bitch. Because that's how these motherfuckers act. That's how they're trained. They don't know anything. They're fucking meatheads with low IQs, GEDs, and steroids. It's why 40% of the police force commit domestic violence. These guys are not people that you want to call to de-escalate a situation. But let's continue. Recently released today, camera footage shows the moment Salt Lake City police officers fired nearly a dozen shots at a 13-year-old boy with autism, leaving him severely injured. How the hell did he survive? 3 investigations are now underway in the shooting of Lyndon Cameron. Get his name trending, and his family demanding answers after a mother's 911 call for help. Called for help. She called for help. She called for help for her boy, for her 13-year-old boy. She called for help. This is the help she got. You're welcome. And the help resulted in her son's shooting. I don't feel good. Lyndon could be heard saying on video as officers, oh, Jesus Christ, man, I'm not gonna make it through it. Get on the ground. At one point, the 13-year-old says, tell my mom I love her. I've done a lot of bad things in my life, man. I've said things that I regret. I've done things I regret. But if I harmed a fucking child, a sweet 13-year-old autistic boy, I'd fucking kill myself. If I was that cop and I did that, I'd take my fucking gun and I'd shoot myself right in the fucking mouth. The officer's bullets tore through Lyndon's shoulder, both ankles, intestines, and bladder. His mother, Golda Barton, he was running away from the police out of fear. Of course, listen, I'm so tired of don't run from the police. People are going to run. The police are the reason they are running. And I hear this shit about how brave they are. And listen, there are some cops that do some brave things. Don't get me wrong. We're not going to generalize every single one of them, but we're just going to talk about what we've seen and what I've personally, from my point of view, growing up in a low-income neighborhood, have experienced. There is no bravery in chasing down a 13-year-old kid who's unarmed and shooting him in the back. There's no bravery. It takes zero bravery. It takes negative bravery. You're a fucking coward. You're a fucking coward. You're a fucking coward. I could go shoot somebody in the back 11 times right now. You know what I might not be able to do? I might not be able to go tackle someone down, get them to stop, and then de-escalate the situation. That would garner my respect. If I saw a cop do that to this kid, and he got him to calm down and told him, hey, it's going to be all right. You're loved. We're here to help you. We're not here to harm you. We're here to help you. Then maybe motherfuckers wouldn't hate the police. I don't see that kind of policing. I see regular citizens do it. I see healthcare workers do it. Let's see what else it says. He's a small child. Why didn't you just tackle him? You are big police officers with a massive amount of resources. Come on, give me a break, she said. My son has severe. This is the call, right? She asked for a crisis intervention officer to come. My son has severe. He does not like cops at all, and that's why we need a mental health worker. Her 911 audio said. So why the fuck did the police come? 4 police officers arrived on the scene. Barton warned them. Her son feared police because sheriff deputies shot and killed her father in January. He sees the badge and automatically thinks like you're gonna kill him, and he has to defend himself in some way. Two officers expressed concern about approaching Lyndon. We can call Sergeant and tell him the situation because I'm not about to get in a shooting because he's upset. These fucking cocksucker motherfuckers. Lyndon's father, Michael Cameron, said it's the worst thing he's ever watched in my life. Yeah, it's pretty bad. We're gonna watch it in a second. As a police department, we want to be partners with those provide mental health services. No, you don't. You don't give a fuck. I suffer from PTSD. I have had a cop tell me to my face, the next time I see you on the bridge or the next time you call and you say you're going to kill yourself, fucking do it, faggot. That was Sergeant John Williams of the Munhall Police Department who issued me an apology. Aw, thanks for apologizing to me. They don't care, dude. They do not give a fuck about you. The officer who fired the shots has been placed on administrative leave. Yeah. Wait a minute. Police officers are required to go through a 40-hour course of instruction that covers mental health issues. Suck my ball sack. Suck my ball sack. How about that?
To CBS this morning, we begin with
let's watch the video.
Bullets tore through Lyndon's shoulder.
Right, it's gonna be tough. I'm telling you.
Intestines and bladder, but he survived.
My mom, I love him. He was running away.
His mother, Golda Barton, had called 911 earlier, saying her son was having a mental breakdown, and she needed help getting him to the hospital. She asked for a crisis intervention officer.
My son has severe, he does not like cops at all. And so that's why we need a mental health worker.
Instead, 4 police officers arrived on scene. Barton told he's shot and killed her father in January.
I mean, he sees the badge and he automatically thinks, like, you're going to kill him. Or he has to defend himself in some way.
2 of the officers expressed concern about approaching him.
Honestly, we can call Sergeant and tell him the situation because I'm not about to get in a shooting because he's upset.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Police released the body camera footage Monday. Chief Mike Brown called for more resources to deal with the mental health crisis.
Too late.
As a police department, we want to be partners with those who provide mental
health
services.
I'm tired of hearing things.
He's a small child. Why don't you just tackle him? You are big police officers with massive amounts of resources. Come on, give me a break.
What was it like for you to watch that video?
The worst thing I've ever watched in my life.
His father, Michael Cameron, says his little buddy has a long road to recovery ahead of him.
He has a heart of gold. You know, even when he was a baby, he tried to do all the stuff I did. And he's definitely grown up to be an awesome young man.
How do you see being able to help him move on from this?
It's going to take a lot of work, I'm afraid, and it's going to be tough for him.
The officer that
Here's what I don't want to see too. I don't want to see. You know what's going to happen is this fucking cop. I mean, hopefully he goes to jail, right? I mean, hopefully they fire him. He has no business being a police officer, but he will be because they have immunity. They are. There is no other job other than politicians and like CEO of banks that you can just get away with. I work for the healthcare company. Like if we had a nurse beat the shit out of a patient, like she's fired. It's over. Like no other job protects bad employees like this. Even some of these other cops were like, yeah, I don't want to do that. And this motherfucker was like, here's the help, bitch. Here's your help. Fuck your son. 13 times. I mean, my heart hurts. It hurts, man. I'm a father. It hurts. And I tell people all the time, I suffer from some depression and PTSD. I've had episodes in my life where I felt like there was no other way to go besides taking my life. And I'm telling you, the police, they don't help. They don't care. I tell people all the time, do not fucking call them. I will run. I will. Because they'll fucking come kill me, man. They will fucking kill me. And they want to. Trust me. They want to kill me. Especially some of these cocksuckers around where I live. They want to kill me. They want me dead. And, So this is an article I want to share with you guys before we go. People with untreated mental illness 16 times more likely to be killed by law enforcement. My heart hurts so bad because mental illness and mental health is so important to me. And I can't even tell you how many people, either by me reaching out because I needed to talk to somebody or because other people, I have a decent following on social media, and I've had other people, message me, say, hey, man, I don't have anyone else to talk to. Can I just vent to you? Yes, you can. What is going on? You're hurting. I'm sorry that you're hurting, and I'm here to listen to you. Why can strangers do that? But the people that we pay tax money to, we can't rely on them to do that. It's fucking sad, man. It's sad. It's disappointing. It's scary. And until it changes, I don't think that you can sit there and be upset with how people view police. And I don't think you can be upset with protests or riots or anything, because we've asked and we've demanded for these changes to be done. And they haven't. None of our demands, none of our inquiries have been met. No reform has been done. It just keeps on going. Every day it's fucking Groundhog's Day. Every day another unarmed person. This time a fucking 13-year-old kid. But blue lives, you don't give a shit, right? Fuck you. Fuck you guys.